welcome to the channel. I'm Laura. If this is your first time as a guest, I am so glad to have you with me today. If you're a returning guest, you are always more than welcome to join me on my shopping excursions. Today we're going to be taking a look in Goodwill to see what treasures we can find. And a spoiler alert, you are not going to believe the item that we found. And I'm going to let you guess which item is worth the most money today. I'm going to start off with $4.99 for the 7-way sprayer. And do you remember the old Scholastic records? They came with a book from the school library and it would say, beep, turn the page. Well, here's one of those. Clifford Gets a Job. This record is $2 and it does not come with the book. Around the corner here, we found this beautiful, it almost looks handmade on corrugated aluminum, a patriotic home sign. They did used to sell something very similar at Lowe's a few years back. Goodwill is selling this for $9. You'll notice I do have a handsome assistant today who did not want to be on camera. I have blown my rotator cuff and I'm having trouble picking things up right now, so that's why you see a more masculine set of hands. This scary booger is made of wood. It's like a wooden cane, but the top of it is plastic. So I did some research and there are some of these on eBay. I'll post those up for you. It's a Halloween prop. And for $20, you can have this portable beach umbrella. Or for a little more, you can have a brand new beach umbrella from Amazon. I'll post a link in the description. For $15, someone had donated their Craftsman drill set. I was interested in this Defender case for $7. I'll put up top what the retail value is of the most current version and a link where you can order that if you're interested. Next, I was very interested to find this Cracker Barrel item. We go to Cracker Barrel quite often. That's one of the most popular stores that I visit. Lots of you enjoy watching those, and this is a beautiful lighted vase, brand new in the packaging from Cracker Barrel, and I'm going to put up top the research that I did to show you the original price for this. You can no longer order it. They're sold out online. They were selling this one for $10. And if you have leaping lizards or crawling and sleeping lizards, here's a tropical lighting combo for your lizards for $8. I also found that from Petco, and I'll post a link in the description. For $3.99, here's a fun kit for your kids. My first treasure hunt. I couldn't find much information on that online, but that's a fun little treasure dig. You have a chest in there, and somewhere buried in the chest is a pirate ring. Now this is a great value. I'll post a link to the retail value, and if you're interested in purchasing a box of 80 Cuties diapers, these are in size 7. We couldn't find a price on this. I'm very curious to know how much Goodwill had on that. This is a very interesting find, a set of 6 long stem wine glasses. These are from IKEA. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name. Those are $5, and IKEA does in fact still sell these, so I'll post a link to that. Thought this was neat. We used to have the exact same toy on our kids' beds when they were infants and toddlers. They're selling it for $7. I think I bought theirs for around $12 over 20 years ago. It's a neat little box for $7. There's a lot of room in there, but only 3 little hooks for necklaces, I suppose, but you could make a shadow box or a trinket box or anything you'd like. For $3, I found this Disney Heroes and Villains Busy Book. And I'll post a link for not much more. You can get a brand new one, and it comes with all of the items to play with, which we're missing in this. Thought this was an interesting Stein for $5. It says Ariel 1866 on there, and I looked that up, and that was a promotional item from Old Spice, and I'll put a screenshot of some of the eBay prices that these sell for. My husband was interested in this warmed 12-volt heated auto seat cushion by Smart Gear. Those are no longer sold in stores, but I did find a very similar version on Amazon. This one is being sold for $15. I'll post the Amazon link for the similar version of that in case you're interested. And this is just to scare my friend Zachary, who just loves porcelain dolls at these stores. I had to add that for him. But this little lady is so cute. Look at this pig with her little ears coming out of her straw hat and her beautiful little ditzy flower dress for only $10. And I thought maybe she was a puppet, and I thought, well, that would be really neat to have a pig puppet in a dress. So I had my husband peek under there, and he said, nope, she had little footies. So she's a little plush pig doll with a hard head, hands, and feet. And this is Miss Queen Victoria. They were selling her for $8. And a bag of used COVID masks. I have a feeling we're going to see more and more of those. Thank goodness those days are finished. And here's a nice set of Rogers stainless tableware for $7. Those are no longer sold online, but there are some places like replacements.com and things like that you can still find those, but not very easily. Here's an outdoor wireless remote control that was originally sold by Lowe's. I actually have one of these of my own. I didn't find a price on there, but I will put an Amazon link. Those are really neat, especially when you have ducks or chickens outside. For $5, I found a set of 4 Hurricane Globe covers for candles. And this is a really good find. They're large. They're probably 14 inches by 6 to 8 inches. Those can sell for $30-some each online. And then there's this little monster. And you say, why do you call her a monster? She's a Cabbage Patch Kid. Well, this is one of the Snackle Kids or Snack Kids. I can't remember exactly what they're called. I'll put a picture up here. They're selling her for $7. And this particular style of Cabbage Patch Kid was recalled. She eats food, pretend food, and then it comes out in her backpack. Children's fingers got lodged in her mouth and they became severely injured. So these were recalled and taken off the market, and these are highly collectible. I was not interested in bringing her home with me. Here's a fun little turtle toy that I found at Goodwill. It's one that crawls and plays music so that it encourages toddlers to start, or infants to start crawling and following them along. I didn't find a price. Oh yeah, here it is. It's $4 here, and not too much more. I'll put a couple of links. I think there's one for Walmart and one for Amazon for a similar toy that you can order. These little wooden dinosaur cutouts caught my eye. I thought they were a lot of fun with their googly eye. And they're selling these for $9 each, which in my opinion is a bit high. I think Goodwill has gotten a little out of hand on most of their pricing. Let me know what you think in the comments. I know that's controversial, but I have a very difficult time justifying high cost when items are donated. I know they have work programs and such, but things have gotten a little crazy. But then I did see these were originally from Hobby Lobby being sold for $20. Now take into account, Hobby Lobby does a pretty good job of discounting their wall decor, so they probably were purchased for a good discount, maybe even less than the $9 they're being sold for. Thought this was really interesting, and these are attached. They're one piece. I don't know if there's an adhesive you could peel off. This is $7, and I will post a link. Oh, this one is even prettier. I'll post a link to this piece here. I believe that's a creamer. You can correct me if I'm wrong, or a gravy boat. I found a very similar one online. I believe that's a maple leaf pattern, and I'll show you the price up here. This is really cute. It's by Mainstays. It's an acrylic drink dispenser with some lobsters on there. That's no longer available, but I will post the original cost when you could get it from Walmart, and they're selling it here at Goodwill for $4. This is a beautiful piece of lead crystal. I did a little research online, and I'll put the selling price, the online selling price for this. At Goodwill, they're selling it for $12. And these little guys are sneaky. They're only selling them for $13. And I did some research, and sure enough, these are commercial grade. I'll put an Amazon link on there. These are high dollar carafes, however you say it. This is Sky from Paw Patrol, and she's in her beautiful little costume there, or super suit. And Goodwill is selling her for $5, but for just a little bit more, you can order the same toy from Amazon or Walmart. I'll post those links. And how about little Grogu? This is a talking motion Grogu, and Goodwill is selling him today for $8. He's no longer available online. There's a few places that have him, like eBay and such, but you can't get him anymore. This was a really neat set for only $4. It's a 1-hour project you do with your children called The World According to Your Child. It's a hardcover book that you fill with their thoughts and drawings, and there's different projects. Couldn't find one like this online, but I thought that was really neat. Brand new, still wrapped in the shrink wrap. I'm not going to be showing clothes today, but I thought I'd run by all of the blazers and jackets. On to the shoes. I did find some good ones today. This is a nice brand new pair, and I found these on Amazon for around $40. Goodwill is selling them for $15 used. Those are orthopedic lightweight shoes. They're great. And how about these beautiful Sperry shoes? Those are super nice, and Sperry still sells those. Goodwill has them for $15. But if you're not able to go to Goodwill to find them, I will post a link to Sperry so you can buy some for yourself. And here's some J. Crew canvas shoes. Those are no longer available, and I'm pretty sure these are women's shoes, but I did find a similar shoe. These are $10 at Goodwill, and I found a similar man's shoe in gray, so I'll post a link to that. These were a lot of fun. The first thing I thought of when I saw them were do you remember the Bratz dolls? They may still be around, I'm not sure, but they always had silly tall shoes like these. They're actually pretty cute. I couldn't find a price on these, but sure enough, I did find them online by another brand name, so I'm not sure which are the knockoffs, this or the brand name online, but I'll link those in case you think they're super cute and you have a little girl or a granddaughter that you think needs those. They're $25 at Goodwill. And we also stumbled upon this nice waterproof pair of leather boots for men. They're by Ozark Trail, and we didn't find a price, and they have been discontinued by Walmart, so you can no longer get those, but they were originally sold at Walmart. Here's a beautiful 3-piece Kim Rogers purse in a beautiful red. They have it marked at $25, and you can tell by the interior this has not been used. The original tags are still on it and packing paper. Couldn't find an exact match. Here are some similar purses that I found online. That's probably a fair price. It's just still hard to see something for $25 like this at Goodwill, but that probably is a fair price for this 3-piece set. I thought this was a super cute jelly purse. Remember the jelly shoes? This is a jelly purse for $5. They had a couple of those. Wouldn't those look cute with those little tall boots that we looked at a minute ago? The little pink boots for little girls. Well, I couldn't find these online, but I did find something very similar on Amazon, so I'll put a link because I couldn't pass it up. Those little purses with the shoes would be a perfect gift. And how about this? Simply Vera by Vera Wang. This is a backpack. Looks brand new. It's in perfect condition. Goodwill is selling this for $10. And I was fooled. I thought this would be worth so much more, but I will post a link to Kohl's, which is where it came from, and they still are selling those, and you can see that price above. So, of all the items today, would you have imagined that those coffee dispensers, the commercial grade coffee dispensers, actually have the highest value, being sold for the lowest price? I never would have guessed that. Well, thanks so much for joining me. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Take care, and God bless.